Let's get back on the bike, see if we can finish that up today. Neutral safety switch, put the clutch pack in. The compensator has to go back in. We're going to test the new Stator. Let's go. Got the new neutral safety switch. It started in there. I'm going to have to go on the other side of the bike with a wrench to tighten this up. You can see that the new switch is installed. Let's see if it works. So I'm just going to turn the bike on, hook up the battery real quick. And there it is. It's in neutral. So that works fine. I also ran it through the gear a couple of times just to check it. The RTV has dried on all the bolts. So we're ready to put the clutch pack and the compensator assembly back together. Clutch pack, compensator piece. Make sure the chain's on properly. We're going to slide this in as one assembly. Or try to anyways. There we go. So first thing I'm going to do is get this clutch pack in. Now we're going to take our nut, make sure it's clean. And this is left-handed thread, so you're going to turn it to the left just like the other nuts on this tranny here. And I'm just going to hand snug it for now. You take your compensator assembly. Put the compensator on. Make sure your springs in the compensator all look good. They're not loose. That on. And now put the nut on. This one is right-handed thread. Turn it to the right to tighten. And it shouldn't be any play in that compensator, really. You shouldn't be able to move the compensator at all. The clutch shaft nut is going to be torqued to 80 foot-pounds for this vehicle. Take my makeshift piece of wood here, lock it into the gear, and we tighten this to 80. This nut has to be torqued to 150 foot-pounds. Wow. That is a lot of torque. Damn, that's a lot of torque. Next, I'm going to adjust the chain tension. Now I have a video, I'll put a link in the description below, how to adjust this with the cover on and all that stuff. You guys check it out if you want to see that. All right, let's get this back in. Okay. Now we get the lock ring. Set it up in there. Come on, baby. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust this clutch right now. I'm not gonna explain what I'm doing here. If you wanna know how to adjust your own clutch, I have a video on that also. Again, link is in the description. All right, so the clutch is adjusted. Now, I'm gonna hook up the battery and run some tests on this Stator. All right, battery is hooked up. First test I'm gonna do is gonna be a ground test on the Stator. So we're gonna hook it up to one plug. Okay, it's not grounded. Hook it up to the other plug. All right, no grounds there. Do an ohms test. Hook your leads to both plugs. You should have less than 5 ohms. This Stator. All right, this Stator is showing 0.6 ohms, which is damn good compared to the old Stator. All right, so it's not grounded and it's within the ohms reading. I'm going to start her up and we're going to see what we have for voltage on this new Stator. All right, so we got 32 volts at idle, 55 volts at like 2,000 RPMs. Damn, that Stator and that rotor is working really good. Very impressed with that system. It's aftermarket, it's not a Harley Davidson, so let's see how long it lasts. So at this point, I'm pretty sure that my Stator was the biggest issue here, why I wasn't getting a charge. But here's the deal. The rectifier on this bike also has about 70,000 miles on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and change that out. It's kind of cool running this with no cover on it, seeing how everything moves and, you know, and whatnot. All right, I'm happy with that whole repair. Now I got to wipe up all the oil that came flying out of that clutch. This wood bits out of here from my wood tool there. Clean up this gasket area. We are going to put our gasket on. Get this up in there. Okay. Make sure that gasket's in place there. Loctite. Just get them started. Don't even go all the way down or snug them or anything like that. Make sure you put the bolts in the right spots. There is a diagram in the manual that tells you which bolt is which. right, once you got all the bolts lined up with the gasket, just hand snug everything. Now there is a way to tighten these, so I'm going to follow the diagram. I'm going to hand snug it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Almost forgot to torque my chain adjuster nut. All right, now we're going to torque this. To make it easier, I'm just going to go ahead and put the oil in through here. And again, I have a video on the primary oil change. Again, the link will be down below. So I'm not going to explain how I'm doing this or why I'm looking in here. If you want to know, check out the link. So gasket, cover, and screw. These don't take much torque, but I will torque them. 10 Newton meters, so not much at all. I'm just going to alternate these when I tighten them. Chain, cover, same thing, gasket, bolt. Uh-oh. Put it on wrong. Oops. Gotta make sure you put the gasket on correctly. Okay. Happens. And torque specs the same on this. 10 Newton meters. We are almost done. Let's get the rear footrest in place. Go. At this time, I'm just going to wipe everything down, just so it has time to sit here and see if there's any leaks. That's all. So now we're going to put the shifter back in. All right, let's get this on. All right, she's back together. I got oil all over the place from running the chain. without the cover. That's all right, because I'm going to wash this bad boy down when I'm done working on her. We're pretty much done with the primary stuff. Only thing I have left to do is change out the rectifier or regulator or whatever you want to call that thing that changes the AC voltage from the stator to DC voltage or direct current. That's all I got left to do. So I'm going to call it quits for today. Gonna let it sit. We'll check for leaks when I come to do the rectifier. And hopefully everything's good and there's no leaks. Hopefully. I'm going to finish cleaning up my tools here. Put everything away. You all take care. God bless. Techn Moto out.